Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. Been a while. You thought Trench Crusade was dead? It's not. Just like I can't think of any historical figures in the concept of Trench Crusade who might have died and come back. It just hasn't happened.
Rasputin.
Yes. We're talking about the Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent.
Yes, we are. It is one of my favorite warbands because of how absolutely detailed you can get with your list building, and also how elite you can be with your
This
list building.
one is the one where we're not going to talk about each of the different courts as a sub-faction because
Technically, they are not sub-factions.
because they're not. This is the one where, like, yeah, it feels different than any other warband, both in its construction and its writing. And they were like, how do we capture the forces of demons?
Yeah, exactly. So do you want to do the lore blurb while I fall asleep?
Yeah, we've kind of mentioned this before, which is that there's some pact between God and the earth where demons can't directly step foot onto earth, because if they do so, then God can step directly onto earth, and then it's a losing game. So they found a loophole of they can inhabit animals or people, but basically they inhabit animals or, like, you know, homunculus constructs of flesh, right? And that's what all of these demons are. Demons in Trench Crusade are either inhabited like animals that might not even be recognizable as animals anymore.
Yeah.
But they all were some living thing of Earth first.
That have been corrupted by the demons.
Which is interesting, because that means technically none of these are actual, like, the demons as they would appear in Hell.
Yeah, that is interesting.
We still don't know what they look like. At least I don't know if there's any official art of any, like, actual demons in Hell. But these are all demons who are possess something in order to exist on Earth.
I think that's really cool. You notice I didn't fall asleep for very long in that one. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, like, it is cool. From the biggest to the smallest. And that's the whole lore. Obviously, there's the 7 courts, which is basically each one of the 7 deadly sins, which I can never remember off the top of my head, but we'll go through them.
I was actually doing it earlier today for something fully unrelated.
You think about the documentary film 7?
Yes,
starring
the documentary.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes, Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
Yes, Brad Pitt.
But yeah, we're gonna go through all of them because there is no sub-factions. We're going to go through all of the spells. There's 3 per sin.
Buckle in, folks. So, let's first start off with your special rules.
Yes.
And this one has more than anyone else.
It does, but it's really kind of only 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, it's actually not
so the way that it works,
complicated.
The way that it works, well, the very first thing is that your demonic ability, it just means that you have the negate fire rule.
Yeah.
It's not listed here, but everything in here except for the wretched has demonic.
Yep.
So you're good against fire.
Good against fire, and then there are some things that also key off of demonic.
Yes, that is true. Like some of the mercenaries are like, if you're fighting something that's demonic,
Yep.
or something like, for example, these spells can't be cast from things that are demonic,
Right.
which we'll cover in a second.
So the first thing you have to do is you have to pick one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yes.
So before you recruit any models, you must choose which of the 7 deadly sins your warband is dedicated to: wrath, envy, lust, pride, sloth, gluttony, or greed. Okay, so those are the 7 deadly sins, and yeah, you have to pick a theme.
You must. There's no choice.
Yes, there is no sins undivided.
Dang. See, that's the reason that there's not sub-factions, is because technically there's no main faction. Everything is the main faction.
Right.
So the Goetic spells work like you can spend blood on models that are on the board, anywhere on the board.
Your own or enemy.
Your own or enemy, but the stipulation is they can't have the demonic or black grail keyword.
Right.
So if you're against black grail, rough.
Yep.
And you can't spend them on your elites or anything like that. The only thing in the whole faction that doesn't have demonic is the wretched, and the wretched are really, really bad. They're here for their blood.
Right. Yeah, they're here to be blood and to be, chaff,
Fodder.
Chaff,
Yeah.
So really, technically, you can spend them off of your own, but you kind of won't, because this also means that if you're fighting against court, putting blood markers on the big guys is not a useless endeavor.
Yes, correct.
Because they can't spend those. It's only elites who can actually spend them. The number of Goetic powers a model can have is shown on their warband entry. Basically, your sorcerer can have more than anybody else.
Yeah, because he's sorcerer.
All the Goetic powers that are available are described in the powers list, blah, 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 or directly after the warband entry for a model that only can use them.
Yeah.
Goetic powers are divided into Goetic abilities and Goetic spells. Abilities are used in the same way as an ability, and spells are the ones that have to be cast.
Yes.
And those are the ones that are keying it off of blood mark.
Because some of them are just static abilities. The blood markers are the ones that are, again, cast or activated abilities that you have to, like, roll for.
But the big thing is that abilities you have to roll for,
Mhm.
spells you do not.
Yeah, but the spells that are active are actions.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't have to do one to be able to do the action.
Right, yeah. I should
But it
phrase
does usually have a thing for it.
that. You can never cast a spell more than once, or the same spell more than once during an activation.
Yep.
But different models can cast the same spell.
Yes. So the cast a spell action also means that you can't cast 2 different goetic powers in the same turn.
Right.
They did change that recently.
yes. And you don't have to be in line of sight. They just have to be on the board.
Yep.
And that's it. Which is really nice.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like a lot, but it's actually kind of simple.
Some spells can be powered up by choosing more blood markers,
Mhm.
which is kind of cool. So, like, some spells will say 1 to 3. You can spend 1 or 2 or 3,
Yep.
and it will have different effects. Usually it just means you roll more dice.
Like the main one for the sorcerer is fireball.
Yep.
Every sorcerer has fireball, and it increases the range of its AoE.
Yep.
So yeah.
So, the spells. We're going to talk about the spells first.
Yes.
Because they kind of...
They factor into your identity so much.
Yeah, and they add context to the models that matters a lot.
Yeah, true. The sorcerer would be kind of bad at that spells.
Yes. Now, then, it is worth noting the spells have costs. So
Yes.
the spells are kind of equipment.
That is true.
Kind of.
They're
not,
kind
but
of
they don't follow any rules.
Yeah.
Some of these spells can only be cast by sorcerers.
Yeah. In fact, I think there's even one that can only be cast by the Blood Knights or the Demonic Knights. So yeah, they're all going to be different depending on what we do. First, we're going to start with the ones that are not for any specific sins. So
Right.
these ones here, any sin can use, and then we'll go over
These
those
are
sin
sin
ones.
undivided.
Yeah, these are sin undivided in a certain way. The first one is the one that I mentioned earlier, which is Blazing Inferno. It is 15 ducats. It costs between 1 and 3, and only sorcerers can. You take a cast spell action and with the spellcaster in order for it to cast the spell. If you do, the spellcaster can make a ranged attack, specifically a ranged attack, so you do use your range modifier, of range 36 with the blast, fire, and scatter keyword. And the blast radius is equal to the number of blood markers that you spend.
Right.
If it's a success, then it auto hits, directly hits, and it has the ignore armor keyword on the model that you directly hit. Otherwise, it will scatter like a scatter weapon.
Yep. So it's a bit like the artillery witch's bomb.
Yep.
It's very much like the artillery witch's bomb, except it doesn't have the extra dice if you hit.
So this one is I use this one a lot.
Yep.
It is a classic. Just to be able to put some extra blood markers out there, maybe kill some guys with the ignore armor keyword. I like this one.
Yeah, it's good. Slave Master. This is only goes in your elites, which
Mhm.
most of them do anyway. It's a single cost spell for 10 ducats. You have to take a cast spell action with the spellcaster in order to cast a spell. If you do, you can carry out one of the following commands with a Yoke Fiend that is within 18 inches of the spellcaster. Carrying out a command does not stop the Yoke Fiend from being activated in the same turn. So basically, you give a command to the Yoke Fiend and it does something.
Yeah.
It can kill itself. It's taken out of action and crossed off the warband roster.
I have not. So I have found exactly one place where that is useful. It does not say friendly Yoke Fiend.
Yeah, you can just cast it
You
on
can
any...
technically cast it on enemy Yoke Fiend.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you would ever want to kill your own Yoke Fiend.
You can make it carry out a melee attack. You can carry out a move, but it can't charge or retreat, or it can carry out a ranged attack.
Yeah. So basically, you get a free action on one of your lesser models. Which is cool.
All right, so those are the only two generics.
Those are the only 2 generic ones. Yep.
Now we get to Wrath.
Wrath, very normally, no, very thematically, doesn't actually have any spells. They're all abilities. So the first one is Blind Rage, which is 10 ducats. It is elite only, and you can only have 3 of them. Get +1 dice to the risky success roll for models with goetic ability, taking a dash action. So +1 dice to dash.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, super nice for 10 ducats.
That's very handy.
Yeah.
And it's ability, so you don't have to spend stuff to to use it. Charge of Hatred, another 10 ducats, another elite only, another limit 3. When you make a charge with a model with this ability, it counts as having movement 12.
Yes.
You don't roll a d6 to determine its charge bonus, but in all other regards, carry out the charge normally. So basically, it's...
Yeah, you auto roll a 6 on your turn.
Yeah, it's basically auto roll 6. In addition, unless the target of the charge is the closest enemy model line of sight, you must take a risky success roll for the model before making the charge move, which kind of...
Yeah, it's the counteraction to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the roll is a failure, the model cannot move and its activation ends. If the roll is a success, it can carry out the charge normally.
Yeah.
So it's basically auto charge 12, which is handy.
Which is very good, especially on some of the beatstick models in this faction.
Yeah.
And lastly is the Lesser Mark of Cain, which is 20 ducats and is limit 1.
Mhm.
Models with this goetic ability have the -1 injury dice keyword, which is also very good.
Always handy.
Be tougher.
I mean, 20 ducats for -1 injury is
Yeah,
not bad.
I would take that.
Then you get Envy, which, I mean, you'll see these are pretty thematic as well. Coveted Position, 10 ducats. It is a 2-cost spell. It's only for your Praetors and your Sorcerers. You must take a cast spell action, blah, blah, blah. If you do, pick a model, friend or foe, that is within 12 inches of the spellcaster in its line of sight, and is more than 1 inch away from any other models, including friendlies. You can then swap the position of the 2 models. You must redeploy each model so at the center of their base is at the location that was previously occupied the center of the base of the model. So no shenanigans there. If it's impossible for any reason, terrain, another model gets in the way, the 2 models remain in their original locations. Note the spellcaster can cast this spell even if they're within 1 inch of an enemy model, in which case the enemy model cannot make a melee attack before the spellcaster's position is swapped, and can redeploy within 1 inch of an enemy model.
Interesting. So just your target can't be within an inch of an enemy model.
It basically says what it basically means is your target can't be, but your base is probably bigger.
Yes. Because again, Praetors and Sorcerers both have 50 mil bases.
Yes.
Which is big.
Yeah, I mean, it's a teleport.
Yeah, it's teleport. It's a swap, which is actually potentially better than a teleport.
It is.
It's fixed location.
Because you can get it to move someone where they don't want to be. You have to be careful that you're not overextending yourself.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know how Trench Crusade goes. Yes, your Praetors and your Sorcerers can be very tough, but to concentrated fire.
Yeah, they can go down.
Or a Warwolf or an Anchorite Shrine that punches them in the face. Maybe not so much.
Yep. Next is Envious Eyes. This is 5 ducats. It is Praetors and Sorcerers only. You can purchase 1 piece of battle kit from the New Antioch, Trench Pilgrims, or Iron Sultanate armories for this model. Any stipulations that apply must still be followed, such as taking the Assassin's Dagger can only be put on Assassins, so don't take that. This piece of battle kit cannot be sold or reallocated to the Quartermaster step, and you can repurchase the battle kit later if it's lost for any reason.
Yep.
So you get to take something for... there's this in a bunch of different factions.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice because there's some really good stuff in Trench Pilgrims and Iron Sultanate?
Yeah, spend 5 credits to get a Grand Bombard, you know?
Yeah, that sounds pretty great. So yeah, this one's...
I have a cannon.
Cool.
What's yours is mine. 10 credit, ducats, spell cost 1, elite only. You have to take a spellcast action. If you do, you can remove 1 blood marker or blessing marker from a model in the spellcaster's line of sight, friend or foe, and place it next to the spellcaster.
So this one is interesting because that you can take blood off of somebody and put it on yourself.
Right.
But you can take blessings is obviously the really good way.
Yeah.
You can take blessings from your opponent, put them on yourself.
Right.
I don't know why you... I mean, I guess it's like the tank where you're like taking the blood off of your own guys and putting it in.
You can take a blood off of someone who you don't want to have blood on them. Basically. Because you can't then spend the blood off of yourself. Right.
It's also cost 1.
Yeah.
So you lose 1 somewhere and then you pull 1 to him.
Yeah.
So you could technically lose 2. Next up is Lust. Call of the Flesh, which is 15 ducats, spell cost 2, Praetors and Sorcerers only. You make a cast action. When you do so, the spellcaster's activation immediately ends, and the first action taken by the next model in your opponent's warband must be move, charge, or retreat. If the enemy model is down, it will stand up before taking the action. It cannot stand up for any reason. The spell has no effect. In addition, when your opponent moves the model, it must end the move as close as possible to the spellcaster. Taking a retreat action if it's within 1 inch of an enemy model. Taking a charge action if it activates within 12. The model must move through dangerous terrain, climb, jump, or jump down to get as close to the model as possible. It must do so. It's the call of temptation.
Yeah.
After taking the charge, move, or retreat action, the model can carry out other actions as normal, but the first one has to be those.
Yep.
The exception that it cannot choose the spellcaster as a target for ranged or melee attacks. Ooh. So it's the temptation, but also don't hit me.
Yes.
You're too attracted to it.
Yep. Now, the only thing that it doesn't let you do, and it's a cost 2.
It's cost 2.
The only thing it doesn't let you do is it doesn't let you pick who your opponent activates next.
Right. It is just the next thing that they activate. It also immediately ends your turn.
Right. But, you can move beforehand.
Yep.
Or do something else beforehand. And you can engineer it so it's like your opponent's like trying to go last with like their sniper. Because, last firsting is a big thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a big deal.
So you could go, okay, well, that sniper over there, you're going to activate them last.
Right.
Nah. Or you can use it to force your opponent to activate somebody they didn't want to activate, so you can then do something different.
Because if they do activate the, heretic, priest, or whatever like that, then it's going to go into your sorcerer, and that's going to be awful.
Right.
So yeah, it is very manipulative, control-y.
Yep. Exquisite Pain, 15 ducats, spell cost 1 or 2. You have to take a spell action. If you do so, pick a model that's in the spellcaster's line of sight, friend or foe, place the blood markers paid to cast a spell next to the model that you picked.
Interesting.
So this is basically blood marker transfer from like a yoke fiend to an enemy.
That is very nice. I like that.
Sorry,
it's,
wretched, not a yoke fiend.
Yeah. Because you can't take them off of the demons. Or being able to like this guy has 2 and this guy has 2, and being able to put.
Yeah, you could take them
one.
off of one enemy who has a chaff.
Yeah.
And put them on
a
an
leader
armored suit or whatever.
Yeah. I do like that. And it's hang on. Is there range on it?
No, line of sight.
Nope, just line of sight. Dang.
Which does have to be line of sight. Which which in this game
And-
can
yeah,
get
and
your head
Trench
taken
Crusade.
off. But
Yeah, true. Last for Lust is Forbidden Pleasures, which is 10 ducats, and Praetors and Sorcerers only, which is kind of funny because it doesn't actually matter who it goes on. When you use this Goetic power at the start of each game before deployment, for each model in your warband that has this Goetic ability, you can pick a model from your warband that does not have demonic, wretched, and give them 3 blood markers.
yes.
So they start pre-blooded, so you can start casting spells as soon as possible.
Yeah, this one is honestly one of the things that makes this subfaction very, 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 very good.
Yep,
Sorry, this sin, I should say.
Yeah, they had to nerf Lust in 2 different ways in the last balance update. So this is the post nerf.
The other reason we're doing this now and not earlier is because these guys kept getting tweaked.
Yep.
Pride, Light of Samael, 15 costs 15 ducats, cost 2. Praetors and Sorcerers are only. You have to take a spell action in order to cast a spell. If you do so, pick an enemy model that is within 24 inches of the spellcaster and line of sight, and then make an injury roll for the enemy model. If the enemy model is mounted on a base of 32 millimeters or less, it is driven back d6s in a straight line directly away from the spellcaster. The model stops if it is driven into another model, has will train it kind of cross, blah, blah, blah. Basically, just pick someone, give them injury roll.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, I mean, you could always luck out and roll double 6s.
That is true. I did push a sniper priest off of a building with it.
Yeah.
And he fell and died.
Also handy.
Next is Proud Defiance, which is 15 ducats and elite only. You do not have to take morale checks for your warband that has at least 1 model with this Goetic ability on the battlefield. Okay, sounds good.
Pretty handy.
Yeah.
Too proud to fall. They didn't call it twice the pride. They should have. 10 ducats, spell cost 2, Praetors and Sorcerers are only. You can cast a spell immediately after the spellcaster is taken down. If you do so, the spellcaster ignores the down result and remains standing, but will still suffer any other effects of the injury roll or rule that cause him to be down. So, for example, blood markers from an injury roll must be placed next to the model's normal. If the tough keyword was used, then it cannot be used again during the game, and so on.
Yeah.
So basically, free, get out of down.
Yeah.
Kind of, but you still take the other things.
Yeah, so this can be really nice if like they're trying to bloodbath you with 3.
Yes.
So it costs them more. So I do like this one. It's a little more situational though.
Yeah. Sloth.
Is that Acedia?
Yes.
Okay.
Acadia? I actually don't know how it's pronounced.
Charm of Acadia. Let's go with that. It is 15 ducats and spell cost 1 for elite only. Take a spell action, and if you do, the next action the spellcaster takes as a part of the activation requires 1 or more success or risky success rolls. Is automatically passed.
Yeah.
So you basically take a action and spend a blood in order to not have to take an action, which is really, really good for risky.
Yes.
Because you can skip over a risky just being like, oh, well, I didn't pass it. All right, I'm going to keep going.
But it could also be really, really good for just like guaranteeing a shot.
Yeah, true. You just automatic pass.
Or a charge that you can't see. Or a punch. Or any other number of other things. I actually think this is really, really good.
Yeah.
Dominium Meridianum?
Sure.
Meridianum? Dominium Meridianum? I don't know. 20 ducats, elite only, limit 1. This is an ability. Enemy models treat open or dangerous terrain within 6 inches of a model with this Goetic ability as if it had the difficult terrain keyword.
That is pretty cool.
Basically 6 inches of haha.
Yeah. Charge me, I dare you.
Yeah. It's not bad. 20 ducats is a lot.
20 ducats is a lot. I feel like that could go down a little bit, especially if it's limit 1. You only get 1 year.
Well, okay, I say 20 ducats is a lot. 20 ducats is a lot for this, but 20 ducats really isn't actually a lot.
No, it's not. You end up getting a lot of ducats later, but like, I don't know. I feel like for that, 20 is a little
I
too
agree.
much.
It's a little steep.
Morphean Mind. 15 ducats. It is an ability with limit 2. The opposing player cannot spend more than 1 blood to add -1 dice when you take success rolls for the model with the Goetic ability. So you can't, you can only spend 1 blood at a time to try and reduce my rolls. Which is very good.
Yeah, not bad.
Most of the time, a lot of the like multi-blood spending is on damage,
yes.
I feel. But it's still nice.
Yeah.
Little bonus.
Now we get to Gluttony. Yum.
Yum.
Belly of the Beast. This is an ability for 5 ducats, elites only, of course. After making a melee attack that targets a model with this ability, place 1 blood marker next to the attacking model as long as at least 1 blood marker was placed next to the model with the Goetic ability as a result of the attack. So basically, if you took blood, you give blood back. It's not bad.
It's like splashing damage on your opponent, which is it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's handy. It is kind of a,
And it's only 5, and you can use as much as you want. So.
Yeah. If someone has multiple attacks, this is placed after the first one.
Yeah, true.
So you can then use it, the blood marker on them on the second one, like a werewolf that has dual wielding. It makes the one attack, and then you can go, haha, next one is -1.
Yeah. Eater of the Flesh is next. It is 10 ducats. Praetor sorcerers only, limit 1. After making a melee attack for a model with this goetic ability, remove 1 blood marker from the model for each blood marker that was placed next to the enemy model as a result of the attack. This goetic ability does not affect attacks that target an enemy model with Black Grail or Demonic.
Yeah.
So when you attack a non-demon, you heal depending on how much blood you dealt.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
It is limit 1, but is really good. Especially put it on your leader. Go to town.
Who wants to get in the thick of it anyway?
Yep.
Uncarrying Gluttony is 10 ducats. Spell costs 2. Elite only. Limit 1. You must take an action. If you succeed, pick 1 enemy model that has not yet been activated this turn and pick 1 piece of equipment that the model has. Note its type must be equipment, not weapon or special. Equipment that has the consumables keyword cannot be picked. It has already been consumed. And equipment that has the deployable keyword cannot be picked if it is more than 1 inch away from the model. The model choose any equipment, rendering it unusable for the rest of the game. So this is very, very, very specific.
It's really niche, but it's really funny.
Yes. It can't be consumable and it can't be deployable if they're more than 1 inch away from it.
Yeah.
But it can't be deployable if they're within an inch of it, meaning that you can make someone chew their shrine.
Yeah, they
to
just
death.
like pick it back up.
But like a troop flag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a flag.
You can make someone eat their troop flag.
It's not a weapon.
Mountaineering equipment.
Yep. I'm trying to think of like specific stuff that are already on models.
Shovels.
Chew on your shovel.
Eat your shovel.
It's not a weapon.
Yeah. Meta kits.
Are grenades specials?
I didn't remember off the top of my head. I believe those are weapons.
Okay.
But either way.
Yeah, I like this a lot. How many ducats is it again?
10.
Okay. I would take that for 10. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, it might come in handy.
Yeah, might come in handy. Next up is Greed. We have the Black Heart. 5 ducats cost, spell cost 1, limit 2. You can cast this spell before taking a success roll or a risky success roll for the spellcaster if you do add +1 dice. It does not say that you roll for this spell.
Right.
So you just, for the cost of a blood, you get +1 to anything.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Body of Gold is 15 ducats. Elite only, limit 1. Ability. A model with this goetic ability has the Golem keyword.
Which is insanely powerful.
But yeah, it's basically like tough but different.
Yeah, kind of.
You can't, if it has tough, you lose it though, because you cannot have tough and Golem under any circumstances, basically.
So the way that it works is if you have Golem, you can only be killed with a bloodbath attack.
Yes.
Which is insane.
Yes.
But you can't have blood removed from you for any reason.
Correct.
Except for if your opponent spends them. They can spend them if they want. They probably won't. This one is really strong.
Yeah, Golem does have its downsides.
It does have downsides.
Like not being able to remove blood for any reason can hurt sometimes.
In this faction, there's not a lot of healing in this faction.
Unless you spec into it, which we talked about.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
It is good.
Next up is Greedy Hearts. 15 ducats, limit 1. Ability. At the start of each game, after both sides have deployed, put a blessing marker next to a model with this goetic ability for each enemy model that has a total worth of 150 ducats or more, including the cost of battle kit, etc.
So you're probably going to start out with at least 1, possibly 2.
Yeah.
Depending on
late in the campaign.
Oh yeah, and late in the campaign, you're just going to start with tons and tons of blessing markers.
Just going to start with 6 and just annihilate people.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah, I like that one. Limit 1 for a reason.
All right, and that's it for the spells.
That is all the goetic
Get
spells.
to the models now.
Yes.
So this is one of the only ones that has 2 different leaders.
Yep. Yeah, you have to pick either the sorcerer or your praetor to be the leader. All that really does is give them the leader ability, aka a benefit to
+1 morale when you're on the battlefield.
Or like things in particular games.
So your praetor is your punchy. Well, not punchy shooty.
Yeah, he does everything.
Yeah.
He's the killing one.
He's 115 ducats to start.
Yes.
Which is a lot.
This faction, I added it up, has the highest cost per model in the game. And it's for a reason, because these guys are terrifying.
So for 115 ducats, what do you get? You get 8-inch movement and flying off the bat. Okay. 3 dice in ranged and melee. No base armor. Oh no. Yeah. And you're on a 50mm base. You can take any battle kit from the court's armory tables, which of course we'll talk about. And a praetor, like you might think, oh, so this is the only punchy one. No. He can still have up to 2 goetic powers.
Yep.
Now, as you recall, there were a few goetic powers that can only be
Yes. Only be on Praetors.
on sorcerers.
On sorcerers. That is true.
Yes. So you do lose some. They're not as casty,
Mhm.
which makes sense. Praetors from a warband dedicated to Wrath can only have one goetic power. That is a balancing measure.
Because all the Wrath ones are like hit good or not
Right.
die.
So, of course, you have the court keyword. You have demonic, which basically means ignore fire.
Immune fire, yeah.
Elite, fear, flying, leader, strong, and tough.
Basically, give this guy weapons and he'll kill stuff.
Yes. This machine kills the holy.
This is a machine that you insert alive models and then it outputs dead models.
Yeah, this my Praetor is a machine that turns faithful into zombies.
Into splatters on the ground.
But you can also instead go for the other option,
Yes.
which is cheaper, or you can just include both.
Yes, you can. You can do
Although
both.
that will be expensive.
Yep, next up is the Sorcerer, which is only 75 ducats, but due to some of the cost of the spells, it can be pretty expensive.
Yeah, like you're gonna kind of you're gonna lose that money later.
Yeah. It has a 6-inch flying movement, range +1, melee +1, and it can have any battle kit except for ranged weapons and grenades.
Yeah, so no shooting except for the fireball.
No shooting except for the fireball, which is why it has +1 to ranged. It can have up to 3 goetic spells, and in addition to that, it has the Blessing of the Serpent Moon, which is its built-in one.
Which now this does not have tough,
It does not have tough.
nor does it have strong.
It has demonic, fear, and flying are the relevant ones.
Oh, and elite, of course. But
And elite. The Blessing of the Serpent Moon is a very expensive spell at 2, 4, and 6 blood. You can cast this spell before an injury roll is made for the spellcaster. If you do, get -1 injury modifier for every 2 blood spent on the spell. So you can get up to -3 injury modifier, which can be the thing that keeps you alive.
yes. So you kind of want to keep blood around for that to happen.
Yeah, at least a couple sitting around so that you're, especially since he doesn't have tough, for him to be able to not just go down immediately.
2, 4, 6, 8. Time to exsanguinate.
That was better than I expected.
Yeah.
When you started that sentence. So very spellcasty, not as killy with weapons, but very, very good.
There is a universe in which you take both.
Yes.
I don't like that universe. I prefer to pick one or the other.
I think late in a campaign you will probably eventually have both.
I could see that,
But
yeah.
very early I would definitely only pick.
And I personally am going Praetor.
Yeah.
That's more of a judgment of me,
Yeah.
less a judgment of like which of. I think they're both appropriately costed.
So when I did mine, I did the Sorcerer because I definitely wanted the one of the other models we'll talk about, which is the okay, what's the name? The nope, don't remember. The big killy one that's the Desecrated Saint.
Oh, okay.
Saint. Because I knew I wanted a Desecrated Saint, and they're also very melee and killy. So I didn't
Yes.
want both to start out with. But yeah, they're both great.
So then you've got your first elite that is not a leader, which
Yes.
is the Hunter of the Left-Hand Path. He costs 110 ducats, so only 5 less than the Praetor.
Yeah, which is insane, but he's so good.
But he's worth it. 6-inch infantry movement. 2 dice at ranged, 1 dice in melee. Comes on a 32mm base, no inherent armor. Hunter of the Left-Hand Path always has a bow of Leth.
Mhm.
Lethe, I can never remember how to pronounce. And it can't be removed or lost over the course of the campaign for any reason. It's basically built into their arm.
Yep.
It has to be always held in one of their arms. They can also have any battle kit from the court's armory tables, apart from 2-handed weapons.
Because one of its arms is a bow.
It always has the Left-Hand Path, Oracle Beast Cloak, and Shadow Walker Goetic powers. So it has elite and it has infiltrator,
Yeah, Infiltrator is very strong.
but no strong, no tough. So the bow of Leth is basically the bow built into it.
Mhm.
It's a one-handed weapon, somehow. 24-inch range, and it has assault. Before making an injury roll for an attack made with the bow of Leth, you may choose if the roll will have either +2 injury dice or ignore armor.
That thing is just pick ignore armor.
And you get to pick after you hit, but before the injury roll.
Yep.
And it does have assault, so you can charge the melee with it.
Yep. This guy's real good.
And then he's got
He has 3 different powers.
3 inbuilt spells, none of which you have to pay for.
Nope. Which is why he's 110. But
Yeah. So Left-Hand Path is a spell cost 2 that obviously only is on this guy. You can cast a spell when the spellcaster takes a move, charge, retreat, or dash action and moves into contact with a terrain piece. If you do so, you can interrupt the spellcaster's move to remove them from the battlefield and then redeploy them in contact with another terrain piece and more than 1 inch from enemy models, unless the spellcaster is making a charge. If the spell is cast during a charge, the spellcaster must redeploy closer to the target than it was before it was removed from the battlefield. Okay. You can then carry on with the spellcaster's move as normal. The spell can be cast more than once during the course of a single action. You must pay its cost each time it is cast. If it is cast as part of a charge, spellcaster must still start the charge within 12 inches of the target model.
So you spend 2 to teleport when you
Yes.
touch a piece of terrain, and you come out touching another piece of terrain.
Yes.
This thing is so strong.
Yes.
It can get him out of trouble. It can get opponents into trouble. I teleported this guy behind a heavy infantry from Antioch, and just boom, no armor.
Yeah.
Just annihilated one on turn 1.
Yeah, like this is incredibly difficult. It's really hard to like zone it out.
Yeah.
Because you kind of can't. The only thing is that if you're charging with it, you do have to be able to within 12 inches of the charge, but this guy's more of a ranged guy anyway.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Now, the only downside is that, if you move and then shoot, those are your 2 actions, so you can overextend.
That is true.
That's about the only way you're ever going to kill this guy is if he overextends.
I mean, you can attempt to dash and get like back into a piece of terrain, but that is very expensive blood-wise.
Right.
So I've definitely had him killed from this.
Yes.
But man, this guy is so cool.
Incredibly good. Oracle Beast Cloak is a cost 3 spell. You can cast a spell once per turn after the injury roll is made for the spellcaster. If you do so, the result of the injury roll is changed to no effect.
Yep. After an injury roll is made, so you can see what it is first.
But it does cost you 3 blood.
It does cost you 3 blood. It's a lot of blood.
Like this guy, if you're not careful, will eat all your blood.
Yes. He's very, very blood hungry.
Shadow Walker, spell cost 2. Hunter the left hand path again. You can cast a spell before the spellcaster takes retreat action. If you do so, enemy models can't make a melee attack when they retreat.
He's slippery.
Basically, this guy is almost impossible to pin down.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very blood hungry.
Yep.
But he's incredibly good.
Yeah, he's incredibly good. I can't imagine myself not taking one.
Yeah, I think
so
he's
strong.
basically auto take.
Especially since a lot of the court models are very melee focused, having
Yes.
a really, really strong ranged is very good.
Yes. And this guy is, your priority target killer.
Yep.
He teleports behind that new Antioch sniper and
Yep.
kills them instantly.
Or like some support piece sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so good. Anyway, next is the Hell Knights. Another elite. You can have up to 3 of them, and they're cost 100 each. 6-inch infantry movement, 0 ranged, but plus 2 to melee, minus 2 armor built in, and 40 mil base. They always have the Infernal Iron Armor, which we'll cover in a second. The Infernal Iron Armor cannot be removed or lost over the course of the campaign for any reason. Injury modifier for the armor is already included in the profile. They can also have any battle kit apart from other armor because they can't take off the first armor. They can have up to 2 goetic powers, one of which must be Blood Magic Goetic Power, which is written below at no extra cost. They have Strong as a special keyword,
But no tough.
no tough, strong. Blood Magic is cost 1, Hell Knight only. You can cast this spell before making an injury roll for an attack made by the spellcaster. If you do so, add +1 to injury dice for all of the injury rolls you make for that attack. For example, if the attack has the blast keyword, you get +1 to injury dice for each model that was caught in the blast of the attack. Unfortunately, there's only one blast weapon these guys can have, and it's a grenade.
Yeah.
I looked.
It's still good.
It is still very good. But basically, rather than spending the blood on the guy you're hitting, you can spend it on anybody.
Yeah.
Which is very good.
And that's it for the elites.
Yep.
Now we get to the troops. First off is your bread and butter, your Wretched.
Yep.
Wretched are, first off, the number of Wretched in a warband must be outnumbered by the number of models with the demonic keyword. So no taking 2 strong guys and a bunch of Wretched.
Yeah, you can't just spam Wretched.
Right. They only cost 20 ducats. They have -1 to both their stats, 6-inch infantry movement, 25mm base. They can take any battle kit, but it has to be 10 ducats or less, and they have to be equipped with something.
Yeah, you have to put at least 1 weapon on them. So a knife is 1 ducat.
Yep. Now, these are basically exactly the same as the Wretched in the Heretic Legions.
Their abilities are not. Because the Heretic Legion have an extra ability on top of this. These guys, when they take an enemy elite out of action or do a glorious action, they leave. Oh wait, did they move the glorious action?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What action? What does the Heretic Legion's Wretched have?
When it dies, it gives a
blessing.
a blessing.
Gotcha.
These guys don't do that.
Yeah. So the Law of Hell is exactly the same as it is in Wretched.
Yes, it is.
Which is just if you or in Heretic Legion, which is the Wretched kills an elite, the Wretched leaves. It just bye, peace out. It's no longer glorious action. They changed. I don't remember that being in there.
I do remember it being in there.
Okay.
I could, but I mean, them doing glorious actions is really hard to do anyway. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, if somehow your guy with -1 to hit takes out an elite, he just leaves.
They have no keywords besides court.
Yep.
But they're the only thing in your roster that isn't demonic.
Yeah, so you can take blood off of them, which is what they're here for.
Yep.
Next is the pit locusts, which are your doggos. You can have 3 of them, and they cost 90 each. They have 8-inch movement and flying, plus 0 to range, which I don't think they can even have a ranged weapon.
I believe they can have one thing. I don't remember.
They have plus 2 to melee, -2 armor, and a 30 by 60 millimeter oval base. They can have the Crown of Hellfire, which is I don't remember if that's at the end of your activation. We'll go over it. It gives a blood to anything that's not immune fire near them. I don't remember when it triggers. Pit Locust can make a melee attack with Cleave 2 and Shrapnel, even though it does not have a melee weapon.
Right.
Cleave 2 and Shrapnel is pretty good.
Yep, and they do have fear as well.
Yeah, they have fear built in, which is great.
They're kind of annoying to kill because they have built-in -2 armor.
Mm-hmm.
They can't have any battle kit. They're basically there to like go annoy things, take objectives.
They're really fast. And with Cleave 2 and Shrapnel, they're really good at putting out blood markers on stuff, which is exactly what you're going for.
Yeah, and
so they're gonna rush ahead and start like putting the blood markers.
And they're just annoying enough to kill to like be kind of difficult to deal with.
Just like -2 armor base is really good.
And you've got your Yoke Fiends. These are 30 ducats, 6-inch infantry. They have +1 dice at melee, no dice at range. Armor 0, 32mm base. They can have one ranged weapon that has a cost of 30 ducats or less. They can have any other battle kit apart from ranged weapons.
Yep.
So ranged weapons, you can only give them 130 or less.
Yep.
You can't load them up. Hateful is their ability. When a Yoke Fiend is activated, if it is more than 1 inch from any enemy models and there's an enemy model within line of sight and 12 inches, and that model does not have Black Grail or Demonic, then the Yoke Fiend has to charge it.
Yep.
And with the closest one as the target of the charge. If the Yoke Fiend was down at the start of its activation, it will stand up if it can do so, and then must attempt to make the charge.
Yeah, they're a little bloodthirsty.
Now, there is a way around this, though.
Yes,
which we'll get to. When a Yoke Fiend makes a melee attack, it can target a friendly model that doesn't have the demonic keyword, aka Wretched.
Wretched.
And if it does so, it cannot attack again during the same activation. They do have the demonic keyword.
Yep.
Basically, Yoke Fiends you can use them as melee chaffy.
Yeah, they're kind of like legionaries.
Or range chaffy.
Yeah.
But the other big thing is you want one Yoke Fiend named Mr. Tickles, who sits back.
I was wondering if you were going to bring up my Yoke Fiend.
With a certain whip that we will talk about, and basically puts blood markers on a Wretched as a blood marker farm.
Yep. Just
yeah.
There is literally a melee weapon made for it.
Yes. And then last but certainly not least.
Oh, I love this man. The Desecrated Saint. 0 to 1. You know they have 1. Thank God.
Yeah.
He's 140 ducats base.
Yep.
He is 6-inch infantry movement, no ranged, plus 3 dice in melee, -3 armor on a 60mm base.
Even bigger than your demons.
Bigger than your demons. He has several arms. It can have up to 3 one-handed melee weapons, or 2 one-handed melee weapons and 1 two-handed melee weapon, and cannot have any other battle kit.
Correct. It doesn't need it.
It has the Annihilator ability, which can make a fight action with each melee weapon it has, once per activation. So yeah, you can split them.
Yeah.
That's really good. And then it has a demonic aura, which is based on the sin that you picked.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you talked a while for the 100 left-hand path, but this is going to be a long one too. Okay. For the Aura of Wrath, +1 dice to rolls for melee attacks with the risky success roll for dash actions if you're within 8 inches of a Desecrated Saint as a friendly model.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. All of these are pretty insane. Aura of Envy. Enemy models within 12 cannot charge a model from the Desecrated Saint's warband that is within 1 inch of a model from the charging model's own warband.
Everyone has to pair off. Oh, you couldn't. No ganging up on someone. Everyone has to have a dance partner and no more.
Is allowed to move around them in order to reach a different target.
Yep.
Okay. Aura of Lust. If an enemy model within 4 inches of the Desecrated Saint is wearing armor that does not have Impervious, you can negate any of the armor's keywords or special rules. If you do so for as long as the model is within 4 inches, of the Desecrated Saint. So basically gives you ignore armor, but better.
And you can choose to turn it on and off.
Yes. The only rules or keywords that you cannot negate from those affect the size of the base the model's mounted on. So like the
machine armor.
Machine armor. For example, a model with machine armor, you could say that you will negate its -3 injury keyword and steadfast special rule while it's within 4 inches of the Saint, but you cannot ignore the bulky special rule. So Yeah, that one's insane because you can turn off negate fire, you can turn off a whole bunch of stuff. Aura of Pride. Place a blood marker next to each enemy model that is within 8 inches of the Desecrated Saint when the Desecrated Saint activation ends. So it's a pulse of a blood marker when it ends. It has Aura of Sloth. Enemy models within 8 inches of the Desecrated Saint treat minor hit results as down results. The aura affects enemy models that normally treat down results as minor hit results, so they counteract other things. Aura of Gluttony. -1 dice to the rolls for enemy models within 8 inches of the Desecrated Saint, unless the enemy model has Black Grail or Artificial. Actually can affect Demonic, which is interesting. So that's like the, what's the one in, is that the Chorister that has something like that? -1 dice to all?
Yes.
Yeah, to all enemy actions. And the last one is Aura of Greed. Enemy models within 12 inches of the Desecrated Saint that take a charge action must charge the Desecrated Saint if it is within 12 and line of sight of the charging model, and can be reached without having to cross dangerous terrain, climb, jump down, or make a diving charge. So Aura of Greed is a very good one for tanking.
Yes. Basically, all of these are game-changing.
Yeah, they're all huge.
And you just get one for free.
Yep. And he has Ignore Offhand, which is good because he has 3 weapons. Fear, Strong, and Tough.
Yes.
He is so good, but he's so expensive.
Yes.
It's 140 ducats with no weapons.
Which, it's not, like, that's a werewolf.
Yeah, true. It's a werewolf. The werewolf comes with all of his weapons, though.
Yeah, that is true. But the werewolf doesn't have that aura.
No. Yeah, every single, basically, probably the worst one is the, like, no ganging up.
Yeah. That one's very situational.
That one's situational, because your opponent could just go like, okay, whatever. But all of the other ones are crazy good.
So, quick review of the options available to you. The ranged up weapons are not terribly deep, but they have a few unique ones, which we'll talk about when we talk about the uniques. They've got the Arquebus for 8 ducats, the Ophidian Rifle for 25, and the Serpent Assault Gun. Otherwise, you have Pistol, Shotgun, Flamethrower, and Heavy Flamethrower.
Heavy Flamethrower is pretty good.
The Blunderbuss.
Yeah, Blunderbuss is classic.
Melee weapons, you've got a lot more.
Yes.
You got the Great Hammer or Maul, the Great Sword or the Axe. You have the Head Taker, the Hellblade, the Malabranche Sword, Polearms, Sword and Axe, Torture Instrument, that's the one you give Mr. Tickles, Trench Club, and Trench Knife, which is what you're going to give to your wretched.
Yes.
Grenades, you have Gas and Incendiary. You do have a Trench Shield. For the armor, of course, you have Infernal Iron Armor, which is only for the Hell Knights, Reinforced, and Standard.
I don't know why they put 50 ducats on here when it comes with them for free and they can't take it off.
Who knows? For the equipment, you have Combat Helmet, Crown of Hellfire, Gas Mask. The ammunition available to them is the Incendiary ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
Of note is the Restraining Muzzle. You can only have 3 of them. It's only for the Yoke Fiend. It costs 10 ducats, but that lets you ignore the Hateful rule.
Yeah.
Shovel, Troop Plaid, Unholy Relic, Unholy Trinket. Now, let's talk about the actual unique ones. So the Arquebus, which is Arquebus is an ancient, like, in-between crossbow and firearms.
Yeah.
It's like very, very early firearms. It's 2-handed, 18-inch range, and cumbersome. The only reason you ever take one of these, it is 8 ducats, which is less than a bolt-action rifle.
Well, they can't take one of those anyway.
And it doesn't have the -1 injury that a musket has.
Yeah, true.
But you can use this as a 2-handed melee weapon.
Yep, it is something.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Now here's the Crown of Hellfire you were talking about.
Crown of Hellfire, which can be put on any elite or pit locusts.
Yep.
Oh, it's 15 ducats. When a model with the Crown of Hellfire ends its activation, place a blood marker on each enemy within 1 inch of it, except for models that negate fire keyword.
Yep.
So it is good for putting out extra blood. Really good because we said that pit fiends, pit locusts are good for putting out blood. This puts out more.
Yep. The Head Taker is a 15 ducat, limit 2, one-handed melee with ambush weapon. Add a +2 injury modifier to rolls made for this weapon if the target has not yet been activated this turn. AKA, this thing synergizes very well with the Hunter at the left-hand path.
Exactly what I was about to say.
Being
this is
one-handed melee, and
you can teleport and get to somebody that hasn't activated yet.
Yes, and +2 injury modifier is pretty nasty.
Yeah, flat 2 that's better than a 2-handed maul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. The Hellblade, which is 15 ducats and limit 3. It is a 2-handed melee weapon with injury, +1 injury dice and fire.
Yep, just like it is in Heretic Legions.
Yep.
And it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
The really important thing about the Infernal Iron Armor, it's -2 injury, which is built into them, but it's impervious, which means that cannot be ignored.
Yes. It is really, really good against anti-material rifles.
Right.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Next up is the Malebranche sword. Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Malebranche. Malebranche sword. It is their big, crazy 50 ducat limit 1 melee weapon that has heavy and deadly. And deadly is you put an extra dice in your injury and add them together.
Yep.
So this is the crazy one that'll
Smack.
absolutely annihilate stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's really good.
The Ophidian rifle is one of my favorites.
I love it.
Now, 25 ducats, you can only have 3. It's elite only. But that does include the Hell Knight.
It does.
It's two-handed, range 30 inches, and it's heavy.
Mhm.
So the thing about the Ophidian rifle is it got unnatural inversion. Add +1 dice to the roll for attacks made with this weapon if the cover or long range modifier is a part of the attack, instead of adding -1 dice. Note this, they do stack,
Yes.
meaning that if you have both of those, you add +2 dice to the roll.
If it's long range and in cover, you get +2 to hit.
And notice that it's instead of the -1, not to counteract the -1.
Yep.
It's a bullet that reverses physics.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, and I don't really care. I love this one.
I mean, it says, let me see, the Forges of the Demon Sabnok?
Sure.
Sabnok? I can't read that. The Great Marquis of War, made of both infernal and earthly metals and materials. It exists simultaneously in the twisted dimension of hell as well as on Earth. A thing that should not be. The shots of this firearm pervert the laws of God, so targets taking cover are easier to hit, and firing over great distance aids the user of this hell-made rifle instead of hindering them.
But it doesn't, okay, that's fine.
I think that the opposite should be true.
What do you mean?
If you shoot at someone in cover and in short range, you get -2 to hit.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're going to invert the laws of God, I think it should fully invert them,
Yeah, that's fair.
is my opinion. That being said, it's costed fine for what it does.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't have any, it's heavy, so it's only on your strong guys.
It's just more accurate.
Yeah. But, I mean, this can help overcome the Hell Knights not being that good at shooting.
That is true.
Because you can't put it on your Hunter.
Yeah.
But you could put it on your Praetor.
That's true.
And he's got 3 dice anyway, so suddenly...
Oh my god.
Shooting at somebody in cover at long range, that sniper priest across the board is 5 dice.
to hit.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. It's
We already talked about the restraining muzzle, which is Yoke Fiend only.
It does do one other thing.
Yes, it adds +1 to your ranged attack profile.
Right.
And you don't have to charge with the hateful ability.
Right.
So it is basically, if you're going to give them a not crappy gun, that is a good choice.
Which they have to have 30 ducats or less.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Ophidian rifle is elite only.
Is elite only.
But if your Yoke Fiend gets promoted.
Yeah, true.
Serpent Assault Gun. 50 ducats. You only have 2.
Yep.
It's two-handed. Range 36 inches. Automatic 2. Assault. Heavy and gas.
It's like a heavy flamethrower, but a gas one. And way longer range.
And it doesn't auto-hit.
That's true, it does not.
No, yes. It's an assault gun. It's a miniature portal to the swamps and bogs of the 5th circle of hell.
Oh, it takes you directly to Dark Souls 1?
Or the Bog of Eternal Stench.
Bog of Eternal Stench? Labyrinth?
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad for 50 ducats.
50 ducats is a lot.
Yes, automatic 2 is good.
Mhm.
Gas is okay unless you're fighting
Black Grail.
Black Grail.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not bad.
I like this one on your Praetor
Mhm.
because he already has +3 to hit and it has assault, so you can just,
Yeah,
shoot twice, get in there.
because unfortunately the Ophidian does not have assault.
No, it does not.
And then last but certainly not least, Mr. Tickle's torture instrument.
It is 8 ducats, two-handed melee weapon only. You can make an injury roll. When you make an injury roll for an attack made with torture instrument, roll 1 dice instead of 2. Then double the number of blood markers that are caused by the roll, if there are any. Treat any minus injury to plus injury, or plus injury that applied to the injury roll will be applied normally, except that you pick the single highest or lowest dice instead of the 2 highest or lowest. Note that when you make a bloodbath roll, you only roll 2 dice instead of 3, but you can then double the number of blood markers that are caused by the roll. So this is especially made for tickling your wretched and putting double blood on them.
Because with a D6, you will never kill them.
You will never kill them, but it is possible to roll a 1 and fail to do anything.
1 or a 2.
No. It's 1 or 0
Is it 1 or 0?
fail. It is 1 or 0 is fail. Double ones will still do it, but since you're only rolling 1 dice,
Okay.
you do have a chance to do nothing, which is the downside. It's also two-handed, which means
Yeah.
you can't have any other melee weapons.
Right.
Basically, you're going to have a Wretched, a Yoke Fiend with this in your backline in every single. faction you take. And that's it.
That's it for court. Quite a lot going on.
It is a lot.
But really not too much going on. Basically, you have your praetor, your hunter, your sorcerer. They're the ones who are doing things.
Yep.
Your sorcerer is probably casting more spells rather than killing, where your praetor is just actively killing. Your hunter is killing priority targets. Your Desecrated Saint is this buff piece, but also really terrifying.
Yep.
Your Hell Knights exist to be really hard to kill as well, as do your Pit Locusts. And then you've got Wretched and Yoke Fiends for,
I had one of my Hell Knights with a shield and spear. So if you charge him, you get -1 to hit, and he's -3 armor, 2 of which can't be ignored.
Yep.
He took, I want to say, 2 bloodbats and 5 simultaneous enemies. Did not die.
Yeah.
He's insane.
You have to get shenanigans, which you can do. There's other ways to get around that -2 armor. +2s help a lot.
Yeah, pluses.
Like I killed a Hell Knight with the help of the +1 injury modifier, Hellblade.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Sacrificial Knife, which has +2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, haha, how do you feel about it, Stab?
Yeah, exactly. Counteracting it can be difficult unless you have flat dice, flat base. I really like Court. They have talked about at some point in the future separating all of them into sub-factions. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, and they haven't really said.
Yeah.
And we have no idea when that's going to be. So I'm interested to see what they do in the future, because this is one of the ones it's hard to kind of expand on.
Yes.
Because you have exactly 7 sins, and you can't really...
Well, and there's so many rules interactions that would possibly go south unless you just go, okay, none of that applies. Your sub-faction is something completely different.
Yeah.
Which they've done, so...
Yeah. It should be noted, we'll probably do a Mercenaries one at some point. The Sin Eater specifically says that, because he eats guys and puts them in his belly and they take a blood every turn, you can spend the blood on the guy in his belly for goetic spells.
Yes, the Sin Eater has a lot of... Sin Eater should just only be available to Court because he's useless for the 2 factions he can go into. Not useless, he's not great, but he's great for Court.
He's great.
A lot of synergy with Court.
Yep.
You can also, like, the Goetic Warlock, on the other hand, is like, why would you take a Goetic Warlock?
Yeah, it's really funny that it shares a lot of similarities, but it's also kind of worthless.
Well, the Goetic Warlock is to get other evil factions access to this kind of stuff.
To the spells,
in the form of a mercenary. But and there's there's to take a Goetic Warlock, because he is still good at, like, grabbing someone and, like, Slender Manning them off into existence to kill them. But you could just shoot them in the head with a Hunter of the Left-Hand Path and just do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's it. I think we've got one left after this, which is the
Black Grail. Yeah.
Yeah, something else very different. Something very different kind of token-based economy.
Oh, yeah.
So let us know below if we missed anything, or if we have any synergies that you have found in your in the course of playing Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent. I've not played them yet. I need to find models I love. I haven't found any models I love yet.
This is one of the... So it's simultaneously one of the easiest and hardest to find models for, because it's really easy to find demons. It's really hard to find demons with guns.
Yes, you have to do some kit bashing.
Yes.
Or just go if you're into melee.
Yeah, true. So if you want like the Serpent assault gun or something like that, you kind of have to get a little creative with it.
The Serpent assault gun could just be a man holding a snake.
That's true. The from Elden Ring,
I've never played Elden Ring.
Oh, dang it. So there's a boss in the DLC that is he has like snakes going all over him, and I was going to use him as my Serpent assault gun. Mr. Sneck. I played Pride when I played mine, and I have played 2 one-off games that were both Greed, I think. And they were all super fun.
Yeah, I don't think any of the sub-factions are real duds anymore.
Yeah.
Lust was far and away the best, like to a ludicrous extent. It was kind of breaking the game, let alone this faction.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they've reeled it back.
They bonked it into horny jail.
Very appropriate.
Yeah. Someone put the Factory Fortress logo on the head of that Shiva. Bonk. All right. Well, let us know below what you think. If you want to talk to us in person, our Discord is linked below. It is free to join. If you would like to support us outside of YouTube, check out our Patreon, which we just launched not too long ago. Just a tip jar if you want to throw us some money. Otherwise, share it with your friends, leave a like and subscribe. You know all the rules. And we'll see you for the next Trench Crusade rundown.
Bye.